Hello, my name is Joshua Matillis. I'll be reading a biography book on young Martin Luther King Jr. I Have a Dream. Martin Luther King Jr. was a great American. He led black people in their struggles to win rights that white people have. Martin Luther King Jr. was born in Atlanta, Georgia on January 15, 1929. His family called him ML. The King family spent a lot of time in church. Reverend King was the pastor of Ebenezer Baptist Church. ML loved to sit and listen to his father preach. ML loved sports too. He and his friends played football, baseball, and basketball. ML was one of the best players. One day, when ML was 6 years old, his friend's mother told him he could not play with her son anymore. We're white and you're colored, she said. That does not seem fair. And she used the word colored. And in Martin Luther King's time, colored mean black people. So today in 2020, we say black people or we say African Americans. But when Martin Luther King was a kid, he was called colored. ML went home crying. He didn't understand why the color of his skin should make a difference to anyone. ML's mother gave him a hug. Then she told him a story. I wonder what kind of story his mom's going to tell him. Let's continue to read to find out. ML's mother told him that at one time, many black people in America were slaves. They had to work hard for white families and do whatever they were told. Now, there were no more slaves, but some white people still treated black people unfairly. And still to this day, too, some people, some white people, still treat black people unfairly today. And that's just not right. You are just as good as anyone else, ML's mother told him, and don't you forget it. As Martin grew older, he learned there were many bad laws that treated blacks unfairly. Black children and white children had to go to different schools. There were playgrounds, restaurants, and hotels where only white people can go. In stores, blacks had to stand in the back and wait until the white customers had been helped first. That's not fair. These laws made Martin very sad. He wanted to do something to change them. So he studied hard in school. He read all the time. Sometimes he'd spend his whole allowance on books. Vocab word allowance. Allowance is a great vocab word. Allowance is getting money. So when you do a chore, your mom or dad or whoever is raising you will give you money, which is called an allowance for doing such a great job. So maybe ask your parents for some more allowance money. Let's continue reading. Martin finished high school when he was only 15. Then he went to Morehouse College in Atlanta. While he was there, Martin decided he would be a minister, just like his father. Later, Martin went to school in Boston. There, he met a pretty girl named Coretta Scott. They fell in love. Soon, she became Mrs. King. In 1954, Martin got his first job as a pastor in Montgomery, Alabama. Something important was about to happen there. I wonder what important thing was going to happen in Montgomery. Let's continue to find out. In 1955, a black woman named Rosa Parks was riding the bus home after a long day at work. When the bus driver told her to give up her seat to a white man, Mrs. Parks said no. She was arrested and then put in jail. She got put in jail for saying no from sitting on a bus. I don't think that was fair. Do you guys think that's fair? Let's continue to find out what happens next. The black people in Montgomery were very angry. They decided not to ride the bus until the laws were changed. Martin held this protest. So Martin prepared a protest that he organized to change a law. And as we can see today, a lot of people are out there protesting to change laws to help black people. The same thing that Martin Luther King was doing, we're doing today. For almost a year, black people walked or shared car rides with friends. The bus company lost a lot of money. Finally, the law was changed. Black people could sit wherever they wanted. Yes, so the law did change. Martin Luther King did something great. He changed the law through protesting, peaceful protesting. After that, Martin held protests all over the South. Many times, people were hurt. Sometimes Martin was arrested. No matter what happened, Martin always said, "Love your enemies." He would not use violence as a weapon. He believed in peace. In 1963, Martin spoke to a huge group of people in Washington, D.C. "I have a dream," he told them. He dreamed that someday all Americans would be treated equally. In 1964, Martin won a very important award called the Nobel Peace Prize. It showed that the whole world admired his efforts for peace and freedom. Sadly, not everyone believed in peace. On April 4th, 1963, a man killed Martin outside his hotel room in Memphis, Tennessee, which is just sad. Martin Luther King Jr. helped to change many unfair laws, and he showed all Americans how important it was to love and respect each other. The end. I hope you guys learned something new about Martin Luther King Jr.